the Adam Donegan live streams. Well, I've titled this as Finding God is Unexplainable. I've titled this as Finding God is Unexplainable.
You're not coming up to work, are you? Because the road is shut off and being inside
No. Oh, I'll have to get some Orthodox chants in the background for the next stream. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Well, let's sit down and have a chit chat. Welcome back to the lives. Got a cup of tea here. It's a beautiful day in Wales. It truly has been a wonderful day. Really has been. Sunshine's been out. Just been wonderful. Just want to talk about how finding God is unexplainable. It's hard to explain. It's hard to contextualize. A chit chat. What's up, Chris? You're the only one in here right now. There's a plant pot full of water. Tea is not a bad show, to be fair. Well, give it about 20 minutes till people should come in. So, I believe this is probably my first outdoor stream. So, yeah. It's been a nice chill day. Rest day today. Haven't ran today, I'm not running. I did 5k Monday, did like 11k Sunday, 5k Monday, 5k Tuesday, rest today. Evidence is a way into Christianity. Personal experience makes it solid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. As I was looking into Christianity, but more God, like the actual evidence of God, of creation itself. And Ray Comfort was talking about the creation and going in depth and going in detail about our eyes, our brains, the sun, the moon, the stars, puppies and kittens. All these amazing, wonderful things, and these are just the processes of millions or billions of years. It could be a trillion years. A trillion years could never make something with such creation and such order. It's like life doesn't come from non-life. Life has to originate from life. And then, of course, I wasn't fasting, but I wasn't eating a lot by the time that Chris has actually said this to me as well, that when he wasn't eating a lot, he actually found that he had the deepest sense of experience with God as well. Personal experience is not as good as an argument as the philosophical evidence or historical evidence, but once you've heard his voice and felt his spirit, you're never going back. No, you're not. You can't. It's like, it's not a feeling. It's not I don't know. I can't. It's inexplainable. This is what I just said. This is what I've titled it. I can't explain it. Dennis Schwab says, hello. What's up, Dennis? How are you? But it is unexplainable. It really is. It's not... my mind can't wrap around it intellectually. It's almost like, obviously I want to come across it from an intellectual point of view. This is what the Orthodox, I think, get right, because they look at God in a mystical way. They have a lot of mysticism. Protestantism is very much, it is quite intellectual, that sense, and everything else. So, but yeah, it's hard to, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, I wasn't eating a lot when I was 16. I started looking at Christian videos. I later went to church, and it was almost like this sense of peace and fulfillment, and something that I'd been missing my entire life I had received. Messi. Ronaldo, I only say Messi because he's actually ended up, winning a World Cup. So, but I gotta say, Ronaldo is just a great example of a human being. I gotta say, like, he's still. I mean, is he 40? Is Ronaldo like in his, or is he like late 30s? And he's got like the personal fitness of like a 20-year-old, which is just insane. I mean, the physique on him is just amazing, and the money he's got as well. But guys, what do you think? Read Quran, it will answer your questions, says Akbar Ali Ashai. I have read a bit passages of the Quran. The issue is I just don't personally respect the person of Muhammad. Hello, you English, I'm Welsh. Respect Muslims, obviously I respect everyone. It's just, how can you justify child marriage? That's really my biggest argument against like Islam. Aisha was, married when she was 6, consummated the marriage when she was 9. I'll have to read the Quran. I'll have to actually read the Quran and make a, decision. I'm Christian, so yeah. God almost made it hard to explain, so people. You best YouTuber, thank you. God almost made it hard to explain, so people aren't becoming Christians just because God is obvious, but because they want to know God personally, I think. Yeah, I think if God put it in your face, just rammed it down your face, then it would be like, well, it wouldn't be a genuine decision. It wouldn't be like, we have to search for it. It says, if you seek me, you will, knock on the door and it shall open, seek and you shall find. I remember my gran saying that to me, and it's like, if you knock on the door, it will open. Kids Mary says hi. Anton and Susan says, shout out from Douglas, Wyoming. Stay blessed. Wow, that's amazing. Blessings back to you from Wales in the UK. Anton and Susan, what's up? You Fortnite. I do play a bit of Fortnite, yeah. But I must say, guys, it is unexplainable. It truly is. That experience was, I have to say, was inexplainable. Sadie, my friend, how you doing? But yeah, guys, it is not something our minds can really intellectually comprehend. My name is just Adam Donegan on Fortnite. What was I going to say, guys? It says, like, fasting, in particular, does attract God. I think it's more so, like, we're not focusing on earthly things, on our earthly state, but more our spiritual state. I did fast for a day in the Christmas period. I didn't find anything particularly spiritual, but I knew it was good, obviously, for my body, but obviously it's good to do it for spiritual reasons as well. We can only really bring evidence to the table. There is no proof the way atheists see it, but I get the feeling no atheist will follow God even if they sent an angel to them. Yeah, it's almost like, well, if it was shown to you, would you believe? A lot of them would probably say no because they got that pride within them. Basically, atheism, you're the God of your own universe. In fact, they'll outright tell you they won't because evil happened. We put it on God whenever something bad happens. I was watching Father Spiridon's video on God's providence and when we ask for something. And sometimes we get into a habit or somewhere in our spiritual lives where we unconsciously, without even noticing, we're telling God what to do. I felt like that in my prayers recently, guys, because I'm out of work right now. I feel like God may be leading me into doing counselling because I've suffered with anxiety and stuff. I've overcome it, like a lot of it. Could I help other people? Could I make money out of it? We have a therapist friend, friends of my mom, and she said that you can be a therapist. Like, she was really impressed with the knowledge I had. So guys, please pray for me for that. In particular, should I become a therapist, like an online therapist, or if people want to like reach out to me or something like that. But obviously, I'm going to do a course and like really look into it and stuff. But it's interesting, you know. It's really interesting. But jobs, I've actually recently left my last workplace out of, well, disrespect and other issues going on there. And I was willing to actually work my way up that place, but they just did not have anything for me. So there's this famous comedian who said, if and when we meet God on Judgment Day, he will berate God and call him stupid with the brain God gave him. Even Satan is shocked by this level of pride. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Well, that's our pride within us. What was I going to say, though, about... Joel's Creation says, dear friend, I'm a teenager. I feel troubled by lust. I try to stop it, but every time I do the thing unknowingly, I serve God in the altar, and I feel so sad thinking about it. Really? Wow, that's incredible that you serve. My friend, don't be so weighed down by despondency. We all have a particular passion, a particular sin that we are all fighting against. And it's a particular one as well. I think for most men, it's going to be the passion of lust. For some people, not. For some people, it will come and go. That's like it for me. Don't be weighed. Just keep on the horse. And also, Father Spirit says to us, one of the demonic tricks is to sow despondency within our hearts. So, confess about it. Confess. I don't know what you are, if you're Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, whatever you are. If you are Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox, if you go to your priest, confess, or go to your pastor, or go to someone you trust, which I do. And he's 60 years old, this man I speak to, and he's basically my priest. He basically is. I tell him everything. We have a wonderful chat. I call him over the phone. Yeah. There's this absolutely great video about addiction on YouTube that compares coping mechanisms to plants versus zombies. Anthony Susan says, I strongly believe God has a plan for you and spread his word and to help others. Follow what you believe, that you think the right thing for you. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless Anton and Susan. Wow. God bless America. God bless, God bless America. I've always been fascinated by America. It doesn't matter where it is. I would love to visit one day. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I have a lot of viewers from the States. I'm actually chatting to a guy now on Discord. He's quite interested in what I have to say. He's from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. That seems like a nice area. Where are you from, my friend? Wales, in the United Kingdom. A small country next to England. Yeah, grown up here. Lived here. I was born here. My parents are from here. Yes, I do know. Where are you from, Joel? But yeah, it is I'll say it once again. I'll keep saying it. It is unexplainable. It's like it's mostly about physical evidence that we see. We can clearly see that God exists through creation. If there was a painting, that, there would have to be a painter. It's sort of saying, this is a good analogy, guys. Listen to this. My mentor said to me, atheists believe the Big Bang created the world. Okay, that is basically like having this big tornado go through a scrapyard, and at the end of it comes a Boeing 707 or 717, whatever, like one of the newest airplanes. You know what I mean? The Big Bang couldn't have created the world because Big Bangs don't create order, they create chaos. So how, that's a great analogy, I think. How you're going to have a tornado go through a scrapyard and by the end of it you have a high-tech airplane, Yeah. I like that analogy. I do. Once you've experienced the Holy Spirit, the third person of the Holy Trinity, you can never go back. I mean, I was in church, and I don't really particularly get many spiritual feelings often there. But when I looked down at the communion, I was like, this is the blood of Christ right here. Christ says to us, take of my body. It's obviously a symbolic thing. Do this in remembrance of me. That's what Christ said, didn't he? The best argument I've heard, if you cannot believe in inherent morality and inherent truth, you cannot explain why, without a supernatural realm, and if you basically morality, the fact that we have a sense of morals and a knowledge of good and bad explains God. Because if there wasn't a higher being, then why would we actually care about good and bad? One of the arguments for this is that if we were killing each other, doing all sorts of evil to one another, then our society won't prosper. So then that's why we are good to each other, because our society prospers. But that's their argument anyway, the atheists. That's what I've heard. Because we're all for survival and things like that, but... Well, it's true, obviously, but it doesn't explain why God doesn't exist. Yeah, but I remember having that experience, guys, when I was like about 16. I was 15, 16. At the end, we need someone to trust and believe. That's why we believe in God. Truth transcends physical matter. Morality transcends physical matter. Aside from physical evidence, this is a deeper philosophical argument that completely refutes atheism. But yeah, guys, I remember having that experience when I was 15, 16. I went from rejecting my hedonistic tendencies, looking into something deeper. I was actually looking into Stoicism, ancient Greek philosophy. I looked into the writings of Marcus Aurelius, Plato's, Aristotle. I bought a book. Ryan Holiday wrote The Ancient Art of Turning Adversity to Advantage. That was a meaningful book. It really was. To turn your bad situation into a good one by responding to it with acceptance and open-mindedness. Okay, something bad happened here. What good can I take away from it? At the end of the day, it's a philosophical debate, not a scientific debate. Science does not disprove God, which is the funniest argument I keep hearing. No, it can't. It can't. If you look at, like, truth in and of itself, I can't really explain it too well, but Redeem Zuma talks about how maths proves God, because there's definite truth. Like, you cannot go against the fact that 1 + 1 = 2. You can't. And the stream has died, looks like. Is my connection alright, guys? Am I, Gerald James, what's happening, Gerald? Yes, mate, it's all good. Okay, no worries. Just the stream went back down to one person. So yeah, guys. I was 16 when I first had that sort of... I can't explain the experience. Maybe just a sense of clarity and understanding that I got. And I've just been trying to gain that back. A sense of enlightenment. It was really enlightenment. Things make sense. We have a good side and a bad side. The kingdom of light versus the kingdom of darkness. And you cannot deny that. You can't. Ephesians 6:12. We don't fight against people, but against principalities, against the rulers of the darkness of this age. And it made sense to me that the evil that we see in this world is the result of sin and disobedience. It made sense to me. And even when it makes sense, you can still fall away from the truth. And I fell away. But the difference is, if you still living in sin, but you are conscious of it, you harbor resentment towards that sin and even to yourself because you know you're harming yourself. If our Spirit says that we commit wounds to the soul when we sin, then you're obviously still in God's hands, but you're temporarily walking away from Him. But if someone confesses that they're Christian and yet does not back it up with good works, James 2:26, faith without works is dead. Simple. You'll know them by their fruits. So it doesn't mean anything. Oh, I'm Christian, but it doesn't mean anything. I've worked with people. I'm not judging anyone, guys. I'm not. I'm the worst of sinners. I'm the chief of sinners, as the Apostle Paul says. You know. But at least don't lie to people. If you don't live the lifestyle, if you don't have the works to back up your faith, then yeah, obviously you're not going to be perfect every single day. But it's a fine line between faith and works, isn't it? It really is. Science shows us time and time again, even the smartest minds make the biggest failures. Only God is all-knowing enough to run this universe down to the very molecular level, exactly. I watched a clip from Richard Dawkins and Piers Morgan, and he was like, Piers asked him, what do you think happens when someone dies? And he just said, well, my body will rot and none of my ego will remain. And it's quite a depressing thought that nothing will happen afterwards. It's just this life, you know. The fact that we are on this earth and nothing happens afterwards seems very futile. What are we working towards? Why do we go through our cycles of working, sleeping, eating, going to the toilet, washing ourselves, spending time with family, and then doing the whole cycle all over again? Making trails throughout the road, you know, the road that we just walk on, the road that we drive on, you know what I mean? Like, if you drive to the same place every single day, you're going to be making, you know, your own little mark in the road. Maybe I'm just so against the monotonous nature of life. Perhaps me. That's my philosophy. That's how I feel. But Christianity is a lovely idea. That if we put our faith in Christ, God in the flesh, He overcame the sins that we will never be able to overcome. Obviously, we'll be able to overcome our passions in the end. The saints did. Saint John the Long-Suffering, apparently, Father Spiridon said that he was even as a monk, Saint John the Long-Suffering was tempted by the passion of lust, even as a monk. And yet he overcame it. And I love when Father Spiridon says at the end of that video, you know, do not lose heart. Don't believe that you will forever be enslaved to this passion. You know, Christ promised us release, but He wishes us to struggle. I just love that idea that God wants us to struggle. God wants us to, you know, normalize the spiritual difficulty. You know, so many times we want to have comfort, but all the time, you know, we have this aversion to difficulty. Father Spiridon also says that there's always a blessing that comes out of sickness. I can't quote him very well, but Anton Susan says the family are always talked about going to the UK, but cannot decide where to visit. Any suggestions on how's the culture? Come to Wales. I say come to Wales. Oh, you got rid of that message. I say come to Wales. Go to the Brecon Beacons. But also England's lovely as well. I would go up to either the south or the north. I'm not particularly a fan of the Midlands. But actually, I take that back. Stoke-on-Pryor is wonderful. Loads of countryside in the Midlands. I take that back, actually. The Midlands there's nice areas of the Midlands. There's many places you would go. You can go Scotland. No, to be honest, I think I would go Scotland. It has the best of both worlds. It's got the city life. It's also got incredible terrain, mountains. I'd have to say Scotland is probably the best of both worlds of Wales and England, I gotta say. I haven't been to Northern Ireland. I should be going to Ireland one day because I'm literally Irish, so. There is beauty in the cycle of life. Adventures are part of that monotonous cycle of life, but you don't realise that till afterwards. Yeah. Well, I hope you heard that. The world is indeed beautiful. It is us that ruin it. Yeah, exactly. Travel to the Cotswolds during the height of summer. You will feel like you're in the Hobbit. My sister's been there quite a few times. I got a few videos to edit tonight. Ugh, I hate editing. But it's always worth it in the end. That's why I always tell myself it's always worth it. But I love these streams. I can just come on and just talk, and then it's uploaded afterwards. It's so easy. I just want to be like Gideon. Sorry, Gideon now. Just be a streamer, you know. Yeah. I reckon I'm gonna go somewhere hot. Oh, when next time I go away, and possibly by myself or with someone else. Don't know. Love to go to Thailand, the Philippines. You remind me of Jake Piggott. He looks like you a lot. I watch his videos a lot to make my life straight. Jake Piggott. Never heard of him. Yeah. But it's pretty wild, guys, how I stopped going to church. I stopped reading the Bible. I stopped everything. And I could feel, I could sense, I was given into small concessions of my faith, if that makes sense. I was given into the wrong things, and then slowly but surely, that beautiful tree of faith was all of the sins and the passions just cut all the good sap out of that beautiful tree, and it just slowly dies. And then me going to church, me embracing front. One of my pastors said we're all going to go up for the front for prayer, and I was in a terrible state myself. I'd come back to church, but emotionally, mentally, I wasn't there. I really wasn't there. I was just there, and I'll go home quick. You got to let your guard down in church. You got to learn to trust people, but I think that's a process you got to go through as well. Learning to trust people. Sin separates us from God. You got to learn to trust people. Joe James likes his emojis. So, it is a wonderful day, guys, I've got to say. It really is. People say the solar storm will happen in 2025. Don't know what that is. Even now, I'm just going through my mind, just like thinking how it's just something that's like unexplainable. I think you can explain it scientifically and make your own arguments, but it's personal experience. I find it very hard to articulate. Like if I ever go up to my church and give my testimony, obviously I'll give about how learning to respond to things differently will help. But when it comes to spiritual matters, I can't put it into words right now. Like I'm trying to make it make sense. It's the Holy Spirit, fruit of the Holy Spirit, and I want to put it into words, but I can't seem to. What experience have you had? Well, when I was 16, particularly, I started looking into philosophy and stuff, and then afterwards I was looking in God. Does God exist? What about this? What about that? I got into the Living Waters ministry. Started watching Ray Comfort. He did a show with Kirk Cameron. The Way of the Master. I've actually got Living Waters study Bible in my house. I basically just wanted to know if God existed or not. And with me, I think it was lockdown actually, and also after my ex left me, I had a total spiritual awakening. That it was a sense of perhaps reassurance and security that I had within my soul. Like I felt ready to die and see God. Like for a long time I was like scared of death. But then I knew like, wow, I can actually stand before God on Judgment Day as if I'd never sinned. That was like that just hit me like a truck, you know. The end of the day, Bible says how the world ends. But if you read closely, it's scary. I've read a little bit of Revelations. It's symbolic. The language in the language used in the Book of Revelations is I can't read it. I find it difficult, and it's so symbolic. And you know, like the dragon with the 7 horns and the sound of the trumpet. Things when you start reading it makes sense, and then it becomes very symbolic. And yes, the Revelation is very scary. It's all cryptic. Yeah. That's the nature of prophecy. You won't see it until after it's happened. That's the thing. See, as human beings, we want things clear to us. We want things just to say, this is what this is what it isn't, and that's it. That's not how God works. That's not how God operates. God doesn't operate on our... Sorry, guys, just checking my my battery. Am I still okay, guys? Hello? Am I still okay? John the Apostle meant for the book to be like that. It's different from all other books he's written. Hello. Okay, cool. We're still good. I'm just wondering if the stream didn't crash again. I hate it when people throw trash everywhere and I just clean it. People do fly tipping quite a bit around these areas, which is disgusting. Yeah. But yeah, it's fascinating. Something you can't put into words. But that's what gives the Bible credibility, is his prophecy. I mean, Isaiah is filled with them, talking about the coming of Christ, like 500 years before he came. Yeah, guys, I've just actually read the book of Matthew. It's my first ever time actually reading a full gospel. I just found it very hard to sort of understand, like, with the way Jesus speaks. Is the siren on your side? It's on my side, yeah. I live in a nutty place, but... what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah, the way Jesus speaks is in parables, and so I find it a little hard to understand at times. But you can sort of make out in your mind, they're just like almost like analogies. And like with like the parable of like the 8 women getting married, and they didn't have enough olive oil in their lamps to keep light and to know where they're going or whatever. The 4 women went to the other 4 women to say, oh, we haven't got enough oil, can you give us some? And they said, no, we won't have enough for ourselves. So they went to the shop, the 4 women, and then the other 4 women were waiting for their bridegroom, and then they got taken off, and then the other 4 women came back, and the husbands were gone. And that's like an example of us and God. You know, if we're not prepared, we're gonna miss. I don't know exactly how that means. Basically, that means like if we're busy doing the things, if we're not prepared, and God comes back, then we're gonna be utterly lost. You know, wedding of Canaan. And not the parable, but the actual incident when, at the Last Supper, when Christ said to Peter, you will deny me 3 times. Or he said, or when he said, someone here will deny me 3 times, and then a cock will crow. And a cock crowed, and Peter wept bitterly on the 3rd time. The Roman guards or whoever were taking those people away, they were like, we know you were with Jesus. We know that you know Jesus. And he was like, no, I don't know him. And then he did that again. And they were like, bro, we know your Galilean accent. And he said, bro, I swear down, I don't know him. And he wept bitterly. And then Judas actually ended up committing suicide after he betrayed Jesus. Imagine betraying the Son of God, going into a temple, throwing all your silver coins. I got silver coins. He threw silver coins into the temple. The people there just didn't care. The Romans didn't care. And then he went out and hanged himself. Well, if that... I mean, wow, that's really something. That's the situation I was in when you asked if my name was in the book of life. I was like one of those women with no oil. Glad I went to the shop before the husband left. Ireland would be a great idea. We would love to see the castles and just enjoy the beautiful sights with no worries. Yeah. I mean, I've never been there. I should. I'm literally Irish. My surname's Irish. Whoa. I'm gonna go in, guys. So. Who's that? Better, guys.
What now?
We're talking to the people on here.
Okay.
Hmm?
Talking to people, are you?
Yeah. It's a helicopter went over.
When?
Just now.
Why?
Helicopter.
Chopper.
That's 2 choppers, huh? It's nice up there. Was that a military helicopter? I'm not sure. I got a question, is this prayer meeting any different to Sunday morning? Well, it's in the house, so it's a bit different.
Oh, who's you asking?
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, it's different to Sunday morning.
It's much different. We're not in the church. Wouldn't mind it in the church, to be honest with you. It's nice to go somewhere to actually... Whose house? My house. You didn't know? We had one this morning. Does everyone from church go? No, just I can say their names on here. Phil and Andrea go. Yeah. I think prayer meeting is just for people to gather together at the house and pray on Sunday. It's for receiving God's blood and flesh. Yeah, we had a prayer meeting today. 3 people came. Yeah, and then me and my parents. So, guys, if I could be really cheeky, could you like the stream if you haven't already? It'd be greatly appreciated. It would boost the stream if you guys liked it. So yeah. Thank you very much. Let's get those likes up, guys, please. Do it for the Don. That's cringe. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Cheers. I'd like that sweet tart. Okay.
Is she too young to go there? She's only 60.
55. 61,
Yeah. Yes, please. Mate, do you work out? Yeah. I go to the gym once a week, body session, and then I do long distance running throughout the week. I do about an average of 20 to 30 miles a week on average, like running. I got a half marathon in next week. My first half marathon, so I don't know what I'm going to do for a week, no gym. Just pray for 6 hours a day. Go to work 8 hours, pray for 4 hours. Literally just go up to the mountain and just like sit there in solitude and just see what happens. God may reveal a revelation to you. That's what I feel like doing sometimes, you know, cutting off all. That's what I did last night. I've been looking at my phone too much. And it's distraction, you know? It's just distraction. And you feel like if I didn't have this stupid device, would God be revealing something to me that I need to know, that I need, you know? Yeah, I've joined the gym, going with my best mate every Saturday. Happy days, but there is actually a gym opening near me, Pure Gym. That would be perfect for me. That will, because well, it's cheap, and also, what do you call it? Also, I don't do powerlifting or any other things. I just use the machines. Do you have a girlfriend? No. I've had girls ask me out and things like that, but I just haven't been in that place. And my ex also asked me out as well. Not yet. I would like one though. I would. But I just don't know how it would go, you know. I don't know until it happens. There's also an incident. Actually, I won't talk about it on here, but people are going to want to know what I'm talking about now. Only a select few people will know. How much difference is the food compared to Mexican food? We're always looking to try different foods for sure. I don't know. You're asking a Welshman how is Mexican food different? If I was Mexican, I could tell you, but I don't know. Tacos and nachos and tortillas, and someone asked me at work, what do I do instead of baiting when you got urges? They really don't have any concept of abstinence. Yeah, they just don't have. They need to do something. They can't just like transmute the energy. They can't just let the energy go up, and they just need to fulfill their desires. Like, Mia Havid says, hello, brother. How are you? Hello, Mia Havid. How are you, brother? Mia Havid. What's up, man? You are a very consistent viewer, so I appreciate you. It's okay. I've been shy to people for months, and I try not to be shy. Guys, please like the stream if you haven't already. Be greatly appreciated. Please like the stream. I explained it was bad, and now I've been freed by Jesus. The conversation just ended. Their temptations own them. That's a shame. Yeah. No worries. It's a bit weird being called Dia, but no worries. Yeah, particularly, I was talking to a mate about the Book of Matthew and everything else. Gerald James says, do you only know English? Dim, dwi ddim yn siarad Cymraeg, sorry. I said, that means no, I don't speak Welsh. That's, if people ask me if I speak Welsh, I just say, ddim yn siarad Cymraeg. That just means I don't speak Welsh. Dwi'n hoffi afal a... that means I like apples in Welsh. I know a little bit of Korean, but I only know one phrase, and I just don't want to keep saying it, otherwise people are just going to get sick and tired. 안녕하세요. I'll say that. But yeah, learning languages in particular is quite fascinating as well. Opens up a different part of the brain. Yeah? But yeah, guys, mate, I'm going. Been a great stream. I just scrolled for hours and your stream popped up. Refresh my mind. We'll join again, mate. Thanks, bro. No worries, Joel. God bless you, man. Oh, I know that. I know what it's like to do that. To scroll for hours and hours and hours. Just like digesting useless information. That's probably why we all got ADHD. Because of our phones. If we think it has no effect on us, we're lying to ourselves. If we say, oh, it's fine, it's not. It's not normal. Our brains are supposed to have a break at times. That's what meditation's all about, I think. Well, not just meditating, just having a break, not doing anything. I'm going to go now in a moment, no worries. I'm going to keep going, guys. I have a feeling this stream is going to do well in a bit. I don't know, I have a funny feeling it's going to do alright, so I'm going to stay on. So I appreciate the guys who've still been on for the time being. Why do I keep looking in here? As if I'm going to guess something, as if I'm going to cook something. I'm going to stay for long today. Channel is growing. Keep it up. Thank you, Mia Havid. You're a legend, bro. The streams do quite well, like, in terms of, like, getting new people on the channel and stuff. But you know what's interesting? I would rather 100 committed subs. Imagine that. 100 committed subs who come to the streams, always, like, 100 people. Over than like 10,000 that's inactive. You know what I mean? So it's all about people who are active and actually care about your channel. Do you know what I mean? Also, there's people who really, like, I remember, like, there was people on here who I used to see all the time. They don't come up anymore. But perhaps YouTube just doesn't recommend my channel to them anymore. They forgot. Because YouTube is it's a massive platform. And it's ginormous. I know people go into the streams and just, like, flick. YouTube algorithm out of mind. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm is a funny old thing. I've got to be honest with you. Just like, I'm hoping we have another stream soon. That does really well. I'll probably stream on the weekend as well. Now there's 3 people. Yeah, I had a stream, like, there was like 20 people at one time, and they stayed for a good amount of time. 20 people, and that was awesome. That was amazing. Davey Yeshua says, yo, what's up, Davey? My favorite Unitarian Christian, even though we disagree on the Trinity, but what's up, Davey? I remember Mr. Ben as well. That's me. Gideon is Unitarian, isn't he? I swear I saw a clip of him saying that we don't believe in the Trinity. He said. So how would that work? So they basically just, how could you not believe? Or maybe is Jesus God and the Holy Spirit? Well, no, they're all the same God, but they're all different persons that make up the triune God. Yeah, no, we had a pretty good debate about it. That stream did pretty well, to be honest with you. I'm gonna do some research and what about Abraham? He says, yo, what's up, Chris? I'm gonna spend some good money, guys, on some YouTube equipment. That's honestly, I built my entire channel off this iPhone XR. That's all I've done. This poor phone has had so much work to do. I would go into the other room, but got family in there, so. But yeah, guys, what's up, people? What's up? We got a fifth person in, you know. Oh my gosh, this is a dead stream. Just chilling now, really. Just chilling on stream. But yeah, watching Father Spurgeon's video on Providence. I like to he's got so many he has hundreds of videos just like that relate to every situation. Almost like he talks about God's providence and that. Sometimes, as I was praying, guys, about my situation, about my work situation, I said, God, I need a job. I need money. I need this. I need that. God, I mean, Father Spurgeon says that like we will unconsciously tell God what to do, what we want. How wrong is that? But that we will do it. We have done it, and we unconsciously try and tell God what to do. How wrong of us? I mean, how could we demand anything of God? And it's God says when we pray, it's either yes, no, or yes, but not now. And I know it is God's will for me to make money and things like that. God just said yes, but not now. So I guess you could say I'm in a season of waiting at the moment, but at least I have this passion of just talking to my phone and reading text. So at least I got that. But it's funny, like we live in a consumer culture, don't we? That when we order something, we want it to be there straight away. When no, we gotta wait. We gotta develop patience. That's a valuable lesson. It really is, learning patience. Especially us as people, we want things straight away. So yeah. So now you have an iPhone. I've always had this iPhone. I thought you were gonna say now you have a sponsor. I would love that. I need a sponsor, guys. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Sergey Ivanov, what's up, man? My Russian friend. Are you Russian? Actually, I think I did ask you, yeah. I think you did say. Anyone into crypto? No. I'm into gold and silver, and I rate this as well. Did you have to buy the apps? What do you mean? Buy the apps? What do you mean apps? What's up, Sergey? Every time I say Sergey, I think of Sergey Pavlovich, the UFC heavyweight that Tom Aspinall knocked out clean. Fair play. He did, land a right hook on him, but and he did take it pretty well. So he can take a punch. Hello, bro. This Russian guy in Russian letters says, hello, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry, brother. I don't speak Russian, but... what's hi in Russian? Oh my gosh, what's the... Askechanya? No. I watched Bold and Bankrupt and he speaks fluent Russian and he talks to them. Spasiba. No, that's thank you, isn't it? That's thank you. Mom, can you Google how to say hello in Russian, please? I have tons of documentation works to do, so I'm going to listen in the background. No worries. Documentation. What type of documentation? Gerald said my friend bought an iPhone and had to pay money to get YouTube and have raps. No. I haven't paid a penny. No, the apps are free. I use eToro. eToro. That's like that is like a stocks and shares app. Eh? Can you just go into Google Translate?
Oh, I can't say it.
What is it? What? Biliak. Pleniak. Let's do it again. Do. Privet. No. Vid. Privet. Alright. That was a fail. Question, was Moses a Jew? I don't know. Moses was the guy that led God's people out of Egypt into the Promised Land, where he split the Red Sea, didn't he? Your pronunciation is good. No way! Mom! Like, spasiba. Spasiba is thank you. Bold and Bankrupt. Privet is hello. He was an Israelite. Okay. Spasiba. I just watched Bold and Bankrupt. It's so sad. He was banned from Russia from exposing, from going into uncharted territory. I mean, that's insane. He got interrogated, everything. He had a whole interview as well. Could you imagine a guy from Brighton learning Russian, exploring all of Russia, making videos, millions of views. Watched him too. I feel like I want to do that. I just feel like I just want to do that. You know what I mean? Just to see what happens. You know what I mean? It may, like, you pay a couple £100, get a flight, and then get this, like, cheap train ticket. I will watch you as soon as possible. Maybe not Russia, maybe because of the war and that, but maybe maybe another country. Because imagine the stories you could tell your grandkids from what you've seen and they've experienced. My sister can speak Spanish. Wow. Hola. What's the difference between Israelites and Jews? That's a good question. I don't know. Israelites, when they're a clan, and Jews is a nationality. I could be I'm wrong about that. I know I am. I don't know much about Israel at all, which is strange. Jews are from the tribe of Judah. Oh, okay. It's funny, the Bible is a historical book as well. I can speak Spanish a little. Which tribe was Moses from? Who knows? Read the Bible and see what it says. This is the third time I've opened the fridge just to look at food. I might have some eggs later. Hola, señor. Kamsahamnida. Exodus 2 tells us. I don't know, bruh. We need to get Harvey on you now. We'll have 7 people on there. Brother, I'm your subscriber from Kazakhstan, but I speak Russian. No way! That's amazing. Do you know Shavkat Rachmanov? You've got to know him. Shavkat Rachmanov. Genghis Khan was from Kazakhstan, wasn't he? Are you're probably a descendant from Genghis Khan? Mom, I have a new subscriber from Kazakhstan. But he speaks Russian as well.
Really?
Yeah, I asked him. No, Genghis was Mongol. Oh! He's Mongolian. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. How do I say sorry in Russian? Modern Talmudic Jews are not from the tribe of Judah. Funnily enough, they are Kazakhstan converts from Ukraine. Khazarian. Oh, I wouldn't have a clue. No, Genghis was Mongol. He would like, I heard stories about him. He would like, well, he would just ravage through different places and communities and just have like just a crazy amount of like partners, you know, and he had so many kids. Was it like 10% are his descendants? Bro was a dog. He was a straight dog. How much do you need? Bro was never satisfied with one woman. He needed like 20,000. King Solomon had nothing on him. Oh, it's pretty wild about King David, though. I would love to read about him. I think it was King David's son. Well, King Solomon wrote Ecclesiastes, didn't he? Life is meaningless and all that. King David and Bathsheba. That's a very intriguing story. Imagine being leader of that country, like the military leader, and then philandering around, seeing this beautiful woman bathing on a rooftop, sleeping with her, having the husband killed, and then having a son and then the son would die. Oh, that's sad. Just from one mistake, and yet God forgave him. He called him God. He was named, God, a man after God's own heart. So guys, next time you see a woman bathing on a rooftop, run. Go back to your army. Bro should have been on semen retention. What was he doing, man? I wonder if he had a wife at the time as well. He must have had a wife himself. King David. Lust is the fall of great men. Yeah. What's in Proverbs? Some men are kings of cities buying slave to women. I don't know what that says. I'm very sorry. Mom. Can you ask Google what sorry is in Kazakhstan? By the way, did you look at the links to Orthodox teachers? Are you the guy? I thought you were Georgian. I had a Georgian subscriber give me loads of links on Discord. We're finding out now, guys. We're finding out. Was it mean? Huh? Oh, never mind. Don't worry. Yeah. So guys, I hope, for example, Jay Dyer. I've never watched him. I just watched Kyle and Redeem Zuma. I hope the streams can get back to double digits soon, one day. The streams aren't doing as well right at the moment, but it's the way it is. Such is life. But I appreciate everyone here. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for the 4 people who are still here. Appreciate you guys. No problem. Cheers, Gerald boy. it's not always possible to watch your streams. The time varies. Yeah. I mean, I'm just doing them as much as I can, really. As much as I want. I don't usually do them on Wednesdays, but actually I did one last Wednesday. It was a Bible study stream. That was decent. That was, obviously we didn't really have many people on at all. It was probably about 2-3 people. The problem is I can't really engage very well because I'm reading and I can't look at the screen at the same time. So today my house was boring. Oh, that's sad. I asked that guy, does he know, has he heard of Shavkat Rakhmonov? That guy must be like the most popular guy in Kazakhstan. Stream's dead, fam. Yeah, it is dead, but what else should we talk about? It always gets to a point where like no one puts anything in the chat and then I just don't know what to say. But I'm still glad to see videos from your channel and if possible streams. Yeah, thank you, man. I've never seen your name before, so cheer. Thank you, man. And it looks like you write pretty good English, or if that's off Google Translate. Oh, well, it can't be. That's pretty good writing and phrasing, so it must be hard. Learning English for a non-English speaker must be really difficult. Obviously, for a non-English speaker, obviously. Learning English from any language must be difficult. My point was, if it's like any other language, like if we look at different languages, like Spanish is quite easy to understand. I've tried Spanish on Duolingo and I think they have words that are like gender based, so you'll have words for like I don't know different things that are male influenced. I can't explain it. Yes, I'm watching for a translator. What? Really? Wow. We've got a guy from Kazakhstan watching us. Let me ask you, are you a Christian or Muslim? There's lots of Muslims in that area, like Dagestan. Well, that's Russia, that is. I wonder what turned Dagestan Muslim. Imagine a place like Dagestan. I wonder if there's any like communities like that are just solely Christian. That would just be insane. Probably places in Georgia and stuff. Conquests. Wow. So, no, Dagestan is a region in Russia. It is not a country. No, I know that. I know. It just, Dagestan just came to mind, you know. But hasn't Dagestan got its own flag and everything? It's its own it's its own region there. I mean, Russia is so big. It's like diverse, and it's very, very diverse. And it's interesting when you go to the border between like Russia and China and like North Korea. Like the people, like they're half Russian, half or Korean or Chinese. You know. Only 3 people. Well, guys, thank you for being on the stream. I don't know if I'm ending it yet, but I have a feeling I might. I've gone all black pill now since streams aren't doing... The streams are doing alright, but they're not amazing at all. 10 people are pretty good, but seems like the streams have gone a bit dead at the moment, so... Might do one tomorrow, might do one Friday, who knows. It's interesting. I think
And the daughter's pregnant.
there's some streams I've done really well. Sadie says, hello Adam, what's up Sadie? I'll respond to you in a bit. I don't know when I'm coming off here, so. We're talking about Russia and stuff. My brain has gone dead, the stream's gone a bit dead, so. I just waiting to see, just waiting to see if other people come in. It's interesting, Savar told me, like, on the podcast, he said, like, most people do streams, like, when they're, like, 10,000 subs. I'm doing streams now. I just find streams so much easier, like, I'm just talking from the heart, and that's okay, anyways. And, just speaking, and just, like, responding to people. It's like a sense of community, that you create. I can't wait until I'm like MMA guru size. The way to build it up, yeah, exactly. But the streams before we start talking, the streams like were doing really, really well, like really busy. To be fair, it's the middle of the week. But I remember last Saturday we did a stream. I wish I knew English better so I could understand you. They don't speak it much more here, and therefore I don't have much practice. Ah, fair enough. How are you watching for a translator? That's I've never heard of that. What do you do when you are bored? I do streams. I like to walk as well. I do a lot of long distance running, as I said, and I go to the gym once a week as well. So. But yeah, guys, we had a prayer meeting this morning. It was pretty decent. And when you pray out loud to other people, it was like it's in my own house, so I just didn't really feel weird about it doing. But I wish it's interesting, like especially in this country where Christianity is nowhere as practiced as it once was. So actually chatting to this Polish lady in town, like with my parents, and we were talking, and I said, "Oh, Poland's very Catholic, aren't they?" And she was like, "Well, yes, they are, but they identify as that, but they don't. Most people don't go now. Like young people don't go to church anymore." It's the same thing in Romania. When I asked her, like, what's like Romania is very Orthodox, but they'll go to church on Easter, on Christmas, and that's about it. You guys have no idea. Yannick's browser can translate live streams. Well, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate Sergey can. It's not easy for people to learn English. Well, it's never been easier, but it's not easy. Have you guys ever seen that video of what English sounds like to non-English speakers? It's really interesting. Like there's an American guy, and he was like on the phone to someone, and he was like speaking gibberish, like he was speaking like just tongue twisters and just crap. Just like things that are just unintelligible. But it gives you an idea of what, like, people who don't speak English, like, what they actually hear. You know what I mean? So how would you comment perfect English? That's true. Google Translate. But Google Translate isn't very good either. Like, I found, for words, it's good, but sentences, it's not very good. I don't use Translator, but the other guy might use Google. There's a guy in Kazakhstan watching me talk gibberish and use a translator. Fair play to him. I can say that to my grandkids now. There's a dude in Kazakhstan who used to watch my live streams. I've made it, guys. I've made it. I might as well quit now. Is there a way, guys, I can start streaming on like like Penguin Zero? He does streams on like Twitch and stuff, and he will like watch YouTube videos, like in the background. You can literally get YouTube videos up, and you can like look at things on top as like on the streams as well to make it more interesting, because this obviously isn't very engaging. I'm gonna look into that, guys. If I can get like maybe a PC or something, is it? I don't know how to use it. I don't know the equipment. I'll have to get the towers up the house. I'm gonna get the towers up the house. Harvey may know how to do it exactly. Yeah. Just interesting. Before the baptism, actually, I'm thinking I'll pick him up a bit earlier, and he can come to the house. I'd obviously go with your mum. You can come to the house if you want. And he said like he can help me do that. Like play Minecraft on the streams. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. Like, so yeah, guys, that is going to be interesting, guys. Even if I don't use it for videos, I can use it for streams. You know what I mean? And I love streams. Streams are just like, they're just fun, you know. And even more fun when loads of people are on them. But it's the way it goes. You can't have it always all the time. But when I look at a successful YouTuber, I always remind myself he didn't start there. He didn't. He had to work hard for that. You know, I watched the MMA Guru. He swears quite a bit, but he's really funny. He talks about MMA. And he's doing super well now. He's getting like average video, like 80,000 views. That's good money, like. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys just being here. 4 people just like watching, like, what's he gonna do next? Yeah, it's about time, guys. It's about time I start looking into that to make the streams better. I'm on Deep Rock Galactic with Adam Donegan streams in the background. We're gonna have to play that again soon, but my uncle and dad are on the TV, so. I'm gonna go to 80 minutes, and if the stream doesn't pick up by then, so I'm off, guys. So I'll just say swap up on the Bible timeline. Swat up on the Bible timeline and which tribes the prophets came from. Keep it up. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, thanks. Swat up on the Bible timeline and which tribes the prophets came from. Oh, okay, all right. So, okay, so Moses, the tribe of Elijah, those people. I want to know the story of Elijah. Can someone tell me that? Like, there's this song that we sing in chapel, like, I can't think of it. Riding on the clouds, at the trumpet call, lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee. Out of Zion's hill, salvation comes. And I don't understand most of what it means. Out of Zion's hill, salvation comes. What? Zion's hill? What's Zion's hill? I understand your servant Moses. I've watched the Bible Project. I found it hard to read the Bible, so I just watched the Bible Project. And they do like animations. Which tribe is Moses from? Is this a quiz? I'm just gonna have to look up what you just said. I don't know, bro. Whoa, damn. Alright, guys. God bless. Thank you for talking. We had a nice chat, so I'll see you guys again.